Hi, my GNTC students. It is Pam Turner, and it is, the 7th of June already. Wow, how did this happen? This is for my class online, my case management class, and I'm going to go over some things, go over some of the things for the chapter, and some of the grading issues that we've had this week. I tell you all the time, I do start off with something motivational. I think that we are all human and all need to be motivated. I've said to you before that I do have a personal trainer. His name is Reggie Campbell, by the way. If you're ever interested in training, I'll gladly share the info with you. But like all of you, like all of us, I need the motivation. I need the motivation. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know all the rules. But I need the motivation. So my text I got this morning said, it will hurt. It will take time. It will require dedication. It will require willpower. I'll have to make healthy decisions. It will require sacrifice. I'll have to push my body to the max. There will be temptations. Oh, yes. But I promise you, when you reach your goal, it's worth it. And while this is a weight loss goal, or not weight loss, it's a fitness goal, it's very much part of all of our lives, is whatever we want. When we want it bad enough, we just really have to hang in there. And for a lot of us, it's school. Really got to hang in there and give it all you got. And days you don't want to get up and do it, call up here, call someone else, put it on Facebook and our Face News page, our Case News page. I really don't feel like going today, or is it all worth it? Don't let the talk inside your head keep you from doing what you know is better. And that's when those motivations are great. And again, if you're interested in trying to get into shape, I'll give you this information. So the grading from last week, a lot of you are concerned with your questions and your grades. So I will let you know that, remember the rules. The rule is you cannot post all on the same day. A lot of you had like all posts on the same day. That's like to me saying I came in, I did it, and I'm done. Part of being an online class is you need to check in. You need to check in often. Twice a week is a minimum. I'd probably check in more than that. That's part of an online learning environment. The big difference between online and in class is when you're in class with me, we're in class, and I give you directed information. I'm the instructor, and it's very much, didactic learning. When you're online, you're a self-paced, you're a self-learner. The goal is, I give you the book, I give you the information, but you really have to work on that and get the information yourself. I'm here to answer questions, but you have to work at that. That means, if there's not an assignment posted yet, you know where we're going, right? You just keep reading, keep yourself up. And I promise you, with this book, with this case, it's 500 points. If you don't do that, you will not pass this class. And I hate for you to get to the very end and realize you have to take it over. So it is fast paced. It is on your own, but please remember you do have to read whether it's posted or not. So if you didn't get all your points this week, I can tell you a number of reasons. One, you didn't answer the question in the minimum web requirement on the one day and then post to two separate people with the minimum web requirement on a different day. Or you only did one or two posts, you didn't complete the assignment. Or perhaps you did not complete prior to the Wednesday for that week. Or what else? There were some people who just said, yeah, I like your response. And I did say minimum 50 words, but you got to give me more than that. I need some meat in there. Why did you like the response? How did it relate to you? This is really didactic, and you're learning from each other. So if you're not doing that, you will not get those points. And I did post late this week, so I will let you know this week's post you will not be penalized if it's not posted by Wednesday, because that is totally my fault. So you have until the week that it's due, and it will not be late. So that is, again, my fault. And then there's several posts listed up there, so feel free to work ahead. But again, if there's not a post like there was this week, just read ahead. The case is at the end, and we don't even discuss the cases that are on the case management. That's totally up to you to read. So just get started. By now, you should have thought about who you're going to pick for your interview. The person needs to, it can again be a peer, it can be a spouse. We want to give them some exaggerated problems. So some major depression with drugs and other issues. We just want to really make sure that all your forms are filled out. This week, I'm going to just go in general some things that we should have covered in the book. And again, I'm using this book. If you're using a different edition, then some of the pages may be different. I just want to touch on some high notes that you really should have picked up in case management for this far. Really talked a lot about, in Chapter 1, ethics, and about being ethical. One of the rules is no dual relationships. That means I cannot be anything but your counselor, your case manager. I can't be your hairdresser. You can't mow my lawn. I know that other professions that say that's okay, but social work does not accept that. No dual relationships. When it comes to accepting gifts, that's a no-no. That's really a rule from your agency, but it's always, always a no-no. When I was looking at some of the other questions in there, this is where we talk about confidentiality. And remember, the rule of confidentiality is I can't say anything unless I believe you're in imminent danger. That means you're going to walk out and kill me or kill somebody else. It can't be I've thought about it. I can't be a maybe. And I do realize in this world with our many shootings, we are wondering what can we say and what we can't say, and the law has not changed as of yet. So, if he tells me I'm going to leave my office and go kill somebody tomorrow, then definitely I need to do something. But if he tells me I'm thinking about killing people, that's information that we really cannot share yet. But at this point, you should be able to share that with your supervisor. Excuse me. As we get to Chapter 4, we talked about cultural competence. And one of the things I did notice that a lot of your questions was almost belittling or not agreeing with people's cultural beliefs. Our goal is to accept the client where they are. We do not have to like their beliefs. We do not have to agree with them, but we do have to accept them and respect them. In our society, we, as social workers, we respect difference. We appreciate that, that you have 10 people in your house and you see it differently, and you eat rice and beans, or you eat tamales, or you eat Jamaican food, whatever it is, we embrace that. We cannot just shift that away. We can't pretend that difference doesn't matter. And if you've not ever went to my face-to-face classes, I will repeat what I always say. If you say to someone, I don't see color, that is a huge insult. What you're telling me is as long as I look like or act like the modern middle-class family, that I'm fine. And that's not okay. I want you to see my color. I want you to see that I'm different, and I want you to embrace my differences. Ask me questions. Ask me why I do that or why my family does this. It's really okay. People love to discuss themselves and their culture. So please do not ever say, I don't see color, or we're all the same, because we're not. We're not. I didn't tell you that you are one of those northerners up there, did I? So we're not all the same. We've got some anxiety and uncertainty that one also talks about when it comes to definitely those people of color. As we get to Chapter 5 and 6, we start talking about boundaries and our attitudes, and really making sure that we are in check with our own stuff as we talk to our clients. Demonstrating warmth, genuineness, and empathy. Empathy is putting yourself in that person's shoes when they made that decision. Okay, so to be empathetic means, hey, I understand. I may not agree, but I really understand. And that's a hard place to be. It's not sympathetic, it's empathetic. Discriminating warmth and genuineness is being real. And that boundary comes to being real with who I am, but not taking you home with me, because this is your stuff, this is who you are, and this is my stuff. And if you choose to do things I don't agree with, then that's okay. I can accept that where we're at, and we'll keep going. As you're a case manager, at some point in all of your fields, whether it's drug, alcohol, or whatever, you'll have to manage a case, which is a person, and really kind of help them through the hurdles in life. And most people are here because they've made some choices we wouldn't agree with. So we really have to not be judgmental, to start where the client is at and give them the very best they can to reach their goals. Not my goals, their goals. And that's what case management is about. When you looking at your Wildwood case, you're not doing counseling, you're not, getting them sitting down for one-on-one, you're referring them to the places that they need to go, along with peer support. And peer support, you'll read on in those chapters, is someone who has the same issue as them. So that's important for that Wildwood case. Be sure that you look that up. It talks about who owns the problem, and many times as case managers, social workers, you feel like it's your problem. So a client will come to you and they will say, I don't have food to eat this month, or I don't have food for the next 3 days. And while I do want to help the client, that is my goal. That is not my problem. That's their problem. So I will help them fix their problem, but it's not my problem. I will never take food out of my pantry to feed someone else a case. Friends are different, but not a case. You're teaching our clients how to swim. So we're going to hook them up with the food bank and the pantry places, and why haven't they applied for food stamps, and what piece is missing. All of those steps to empower them to learn how to fish. That is our goal in life. Okay? So identifying poor resources. We're going to go all the way up to chapter 10 or 11, I believe. The blog is up, so once you watch this video, be sure that you blog that you watched it. And I really appreciate you tuning in. This is week 4, week 5, and we're rolling, guys. Have a good one. Bye.